Okay guys, today we're going to go ahead and get into our parabolas. The reason we're doing parabolas is again because we can see kind of how C, or a foci, comes into play with these guys. So before we get started, let's just remind ourselves basic stuff. So where are my vertices in these two? So right there. Which is -1, 0. And this guy, which is 1, -4. So just a quick little refresher of basic parabola. Okay, so the parabola is a set of all points in a plane that are same distance from the directrix and the focus of a parabola. So the directrix is essentially my parabola as a straight line compared to my focus. We can have our graph going up and down. It's a vertical parabola. Or I can have a horizontal, which is going left to right. So the focus is a point located on the directrix or axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. My directrix will hit or intersect my axis of symmetry, just like my parabola intersects my axis of symmetry. Okay. Some stuff I want to point out. So vertical, I'm starting at 0, 0 has the following equation. So if I'm going up and down, I start with y equals, where a is equal to 1 over 4c. My focus is going to be at 0c, and the directrix will be at y is equal to -c. A horizontal parabola, centered at the 0, has the equation y equals, again, the same a equation, same a coefficient, which is determined by the focus. And the directrix is going to be y equals the opposite of c. Okay, so we have been used to seeing a before, so I'm going to scooch this down a smidge. When we talked about this in Math B, we saw the equation y is equal to a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. Well, today I'm telling you that a is created using our focus. So what we're going to do is we're going to solve what we're given from a to be able to find what c is. Okay, so I have a equals 1 over 4c. I want to solve for c. So I multiply. These guys cancel. I have 4ac is equal to 1. I want to get c by itself. So I divide by 4a. So c is equal to 1 over 4a. Okay. Now that's if I'm looking for c. So in this equation, number 8, it's telling me that a is 2. So what would c be? Well, if I plugged a into this guy, and my a is 2, I'd get 1 over 8. So my focus is at 1 over 8. And my directrix is at a -1 over 8. Because we start with y equals, so we're opening up and down. And it's going to be the opposite letter. Or the opposite sign. Excuse me. This time we're going to be x, so we're going to be left and right. My a here is -1 over 6. I'm going to show the work down below because I want to show you how to simplify this. Multiply a whole number times fraction. You take the whole number times the top. I have fraction over fraction. I have that. I flip and multiply the second one. which will reduce down to a negative 3/2. Or a negative 1.5. Same thing. Since my focus is already negative, when I make it opposite, it's going to be positive. Okay. Which of the following was a horizontal? Good. 9, because we went left and right. Okay. What is the equation of a parabola with a vertex 0, 0 and focus at 0, negative 5? So what I like to do if I can't see where it's going to be is I will physically make a little sketch for myself to give a general idea. Now remember, my focus is going to be on my axis of symmetry, so that's going to be my flipping line. So if I'm centered at 0, 0, and my focus is at 0, negative 1.5, that's where I'm going to flip across. So I'm going to go down. So my focus is below the vertex. This is a vertical parabola. The focus is at 0, C. So C is negative 1.5. And when I take 4 times 1.5, I get 6. And it's negative, so my answer here is negative 6. Since I'm up and down, I'm going to be y equals. Now, keeping this in mind, the next ones go with this. For some reason, it would not let me put it on the same slide. I don't know why. It just wouldn't. So, substitute the value for C. We essentially already did that. Here. So we know it's going to be 1 over 6. And we said it's going to be y equals, so that's y is equal to negative 1 over 6 x squared. Woo. So what is the equation of a parabola at the vertex, with the vertex at the origin and the directrix at x is equal to negative 5 over 2? So we're centered at this 0 at 0, 0. If my line is y equals 5 over 2, negative 5 over 2, that's going to be this line. Which means that my focus is going to be over here, which means that I'm going to go to the right. Oh, I'm sorry. So my parabola is going to the right. However, my directrix, which is my line, is going to be to the left of my vertex. This is a horizontal. Since my directrix is equal to negative c, my c in this case is 5 over 2. We're going left and right, so we're going to have x. Again, these next ones are going to correspond with these questions. Since c was 5 over 2, I have 1 over 4 times 5 over 2. Again, multiplying whole number with guy on top would give me 20. 20 divided by 2 is 10. So I get 1 over 10. So I have x is equal to 1 over 10 times y squared. Remember, these two corresponded with these ones. I don't know why. It won't let me fit. Don't ask me. Okay, so we took a look at a parabola with centered at 0, 0. Now let's take a look at what happens when I move him around. So my vertex is still going to be the letters HK, not changing. And I'm up and down. I think I use blue for you guys. My directrix is y, and my equation is y. When I'm left and right, my directrix is x, my equation is x. Something else I want to point out. In the equation for horizontal, since my y is on the right side with stuff, it's going to be y minus my k value. So my letters have to correspond. So my equation is going to be opposite. My vertex is opposite of what I see when it's x equals. Typically, we're used to saying this, then this, but because it's flipped, we have to flip it. And we'll see an example of that in a little bit. So in this question, what is the vertex? So since I have x first, I'm going to have my x, which is 7, and my y, which is 5. Okay. We're going to skip that one. Just kidding, I can't skip that one. So we're going to go ahead and essentially complete the square here to find my HK. So using this equation that we're given right here, we are going to get it so that's in vertex form. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and complete the square. So I take half of 8, which is 4, and square it, which is 16. So we write plus 16 and minus 16. Because again, I can manipulate an equation by 0. So what I add over here, I have to subtract again later on. So we know that 16 is 4 times 4. And we know that 18 minus 16 is 2. So I have x plus 4 quantity squared plus 2. So my h is -4 and my k is a positive 2. So we have x squared plus 8x. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. So we got the equation y was equal to x plus 4 squared plus 2. So we want to find the coefficient of a. So a is anything in front. Well, the guy in front is going to be an invisible 1. So we're going to go ahead and write that in the 1 over 4c guy. So I have 1 over... Oh, excuse me, we're going to find the value of c. I apologize. So I know a is 1. I want to solve for c. Multiply both sides by 4c. I get 4c is equal to 1 divided by c. I'm sorry. Divided by 4. C is equal to 1 over 4. So we're going to use the values above to identify these guys. So my vertex is -4, 2. My focus is going to be at, since I'm moving, my h is going to stay the same, which is -4. And then I'm going to go only a quarter. So 2 plus quarter is 2 1/4 or 2 1/4. My directrix, I take my 2 and I subtract it, so it's going to be 1 3/4. So when I go to one way, I have to go to the other. When I go up, I have to go down. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this next one. So again, we're going to kind of do a little mini sketch. My vertex is at 3 2. My focus is at 4 2. So again, that's the line of symmetry. So we're going to go this way. So we're going to be to the right. He's going to be horizontal. We are going to circle the value of h, underline the value of k. So h is 3 and k is 2. So I know what my focus point is. I know what my vertex point is. I want to find the value for my c. So what I do is I know that, because I'm going left and right, my x is the one that changed. So I don't necessarily care about k because k is constant. In this case, k is 2. So 3 plus my c value is what got me to the 4. I'm seeing how it changed. Well, c here has to be 1 because it only changed a value of 1. So if c is 1, and I know my a is equal to 1 over 4c, which is my equation. Well, if we're going left and right, it doesn't make sense to be y equals. We're not going up and down. Now remember, my c is 1. I want 1 over 4c. So this is my equation. Okay. See you later.